Step one
Yes.
is going to be creating a more bipartisan environment.
Right.
Because right now no one's listening.
Right.
And until you listen, you can't solve anything.
Exactly.
Talked with a small business on Main Street just the other day in Saco, and a politician hasn't stepped foot inside their door to talk about their problems as a small business and what the state can do for them.
Right.
Why not have a conversation? Why are we touting economic reforms and we haven't talked to small businesses that are going to be directly impacted by it? So again, bipartisan approach and listening. And once you do that, then you can start tackling issues. And I think education and economy are tied very closely together. If you have a well-educated and trained workforce, you'll be able to entice businesses to generate jobs. Over the last 17 years, 65% of all the new net growth jobs in the country have come from small businesses, according to the Small Business Administration. And in Maine, small businesses are the backbone of the Maine economy.
Always have been.
So I think making sure that we have a two-tiered approach, that students, what they're learning in the classroom has a relevance to the real world, which is continuing to be an issue, but making sure that if you want to use your hands in your labor, let's say an electrician or a plumber, we have funding for you to do that. If you are a very academic type person, we have an ability for you, like the early studies program at USM, so that you can afford to start going to college while in high school, start promoting that idea. And while doing that, we also talk to small businesses to see what their needs are. So we can do things parallel. We can multitask, believe it or not.
But walk and chew gum at the same time.
Right. I mean, you wouldn't notice if you actually looked at what's happening in Augusta right now, but you can multitask.
Right.
Eliminate the bipartisan environment. Promote that bipartisanship. Focus on education reforms by making relevant education in the classroom and talking to small businesses, making it work for them. Maybe providing a network for small businesses. Here's some tools to make your business run better. Maybe it's a tax incentive to bring a company here. We have, time and time again, I hear these stories of a company like going to another state, like Tennessee or North Carolina, instead of coming to Maine, but Maine was number 2. We have all this data from all these companies not coming to the state, but we're not doing anything with it in order to make some change happen, so that it doesn't happen again. We should be attracting those businesses. We shouldn't be losing to Tennessee or North Carolina. We should be winning over them. And so taking that information that's probably just piled up in some files somewhere in some office, taking that information, compiling it, and actually implementing a change so that in the future, we know what businesses are looking for. It might be a tax break. It might be lowered energy costs. I mean, our energy costs are 33% higher than the national average. Yes. That might be a huge factor. Let's tackle something, or at least one of the reasons why they are not coming here, so that we can start generating economic growth. That's how you create jobs. Because the governor can't create jobs, the legislature can't create jobs. It's through policies like ensuring that businesses have the tools they need to be successful. That's how you create jobs. That's how you create economic stimulus, through those sorts of mediums.